Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Patrick from Maple Milk Tea. Today we're going to be talking about Mandalorian and Grogu. Actually, before we start, I want to say, Baby Yoda! Whoa, dude, I just triggered all the people who care about if you call Baby Yoda Grogu or not, or Grogu Baby Yoda. They're all fuming, I can hear it. I just find it funny that people actually feel the need to stop a conversation and correct you for saying Baby Yoda when the name is actually Grogu. I have bad news. This movie is, a very crowd pleaser movie, which, is fine. I actually liked it. But, a lot of people who are coming to see this movie come with their families or just want to have a good time. And they don't really care. They see Baby Yoda or they see Yoda in baby form and they're going to call him Baby Yoda. I mean, I just typed Grogu in the YouTube search, and if you scroll just a little bit, you see that there's a video that has 5 million views with the name Baby Yoda in it. And where's the trailer? There's a trailer for the movie. Here it is. The final, actually not this trailer, the official trailer for The Mandalorian has 12 million views. Are you... This has almost half the views and it doesn't have the correct name. Do you think people care? All I'm trying to say is don't lose sleep over the name. It just doesn't matter. Just let people call him Baby Yoda. Who cares? It's not that serious. Even though I just spent a 2-minute segment on this. Anyway, Mandalorian and Grogu. Woo, yippee! As the title of the video goes, this is a crowd pleaser movie. That's not saying that this is a bad movie. I actually, like I said, it's pretty good. However, it's not a movie I think I'm gonna watch twice. Movies that I really, really like, or movies that resonate with me or leave a lasting impression on me, those are movies I go back to and watch over and over again, or I'll watch them again, or I'll give them another passing viewing or something. With this one, I don't think I would do that. I feel like I got everything I needed just from this one viewing, and I don't think I need to, watch it again. Unless, I don't know, some family members want to watch it, but none of my family members are super into Star Wars or anything. And even if they were into Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu are a branch within the Star Wars universe, so they don't really know who these characters are. They just see tiny Yoda, basically, to them. But yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this movie. It's spoilers, obviously. The plot is literally just space western. Mandalorian looks for a bounty. He's a bounty hunter, and that's really it. It's pretty simple. The simplicity works, though. It's it doesn't need to be super deep or anything. It's a bounty hunter being a really badass bounty hunter. If the Mandalorian is such a badass in this movie, it's literally just a futuristic space western, and I'm really into that. I really love just watching one dude get paid to do hunt somebody down, and they're asking questions of the people. They're traveling to other locations. They're sneaking around. They're cutting deals if they can. They're talking to their possible target, and they're doing things to acquire their target and navigating all these other gangsters and shooting up bars and stuff. But this happens in futuristic space, and it's so sick. And I love westerns, and I was really, really into that. And that was the first half of the movie. First half of the movie, futuristic space western, and then the second half of the movie is basically Baby Yoda, or Grogu, I'm sorry. Holy shit. I just heard somebody pick up a pitchfork from 10,000 miles away. But Grogu is just doing cute stuff in the second half of the movie. And I honestly was kind of looking forward to... I wasn't expecting anything out of this movie. I was kind of hoping that Grogu would have to kind of take over the reins, so to speak, and, have to be the one to drive the main plot forward, where Mandalorian would have to take a backseat. And that's exactly what happened. Mandalorian got, poisoned later on in the movie, and he was out of commission. He couldn't move. He was sleeping for several days. I was hoping this would happen because it would force Grogu to kind of step up and do whatever is needed to like make sure they're both okay. Maybe like there would be some struggle with Grogu using the Force because he's still, I don't know, learning to use the Force. But I was actually kind of disappointed with that section because it's literally just baby. God damn it, I'm gonna keep doing this every time, am I? It's basically just Grogu doing cute stuff in the second half of the movie because he doesn't struggle at all. He doesn't struggle with the Force. There's no like, doesn't really struggle to survive, just eats bugs, builds a house. I didn't know Grogu knew how to build a mud house. Yeah, I was just expecting a little more. He steals the fish from that guy at the lake. There's not really any problems there. Grogu doesn't fight against the droids that are like passing by or anything else that just happens to walk by in a super infested forest. There was that lack of struggle kind of just like made me like not like that section with baby. God damn it. It made me not like that section with Grogu, and I don't know. I felt like that was weaker. It felt like it was basically just a fan service section where Baby Yoda, where Grogu is just doing cute stuff, like trying to put Mandalorian in the mud house he builds, which is kind of cute and funny. But I also, that has its place. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I like that stuff. I actually like that stuff where he's just doing cute, funny stuff. But also, I wish there was like a little bit of struggle because, you know, I mean, this is, I guess, a family movie, but it is rated PG-13, so I'm kind of expecting a little more, like, a little bit more something for me as an older audience member to like kind of latch onto, you know, because I'm not a kid or a child or someone with a child. You know, I don't really connect too much with Grogu, just doing cute stuff, you know. So that was basically the second half. The first half was, I loved the first half. The second half kind of got weak for me. I also really liked the direction they went with. So they introduced another of the Hutt like family line, but then you get to Rod of the Hutt, and he's nothing like his dad, Jabba the Hutt, and he's basically saying, "Oh, I've lived in Jabba the Hutt's shadow. Everybody wants him dead. When people see me, they cheer for me. I don't want any of that life of like bounty hunting or, you know, dangerous gangster stuff. I just want to be my own man and live my own life and be happy and be surrounded by people that love me." I was like, okay, that's really an awesome, you know, alternate take or doing something different with these Jabba the Hutt, you know, species, and not just having them be disgusting giant slug gangster monsters. I found myself liking Rod of the Hutt a lot more than I thought I would. And also, Jeremy Allen White did the voice for Rod of the Hutt, plays Carmen in The Bear. Really great show, really great performance in that show by Jeremy Allen White. You kind of don't really hear his voice. It's very altered and pitch shifted in this, and it just really works. It's not too distracting or anything. Also, I was surprised to see Sigourney Weaver in this, but honestly, I can't really tell you why I'm surprised to see her. It's just, I've only ever seen her in Alien, and then just to see her so many years later in this out of nowhere. I don't know, it was, I guess, out of nowhere. But yeah, she worked as like the bounty giver or whatever, the bounty mission giver to the Mandalorian. The action in this movie is really great. The effects are amazing. Mandalorian is just doing crazy stuff, like in the beginning where he's basically blowing up 3 AT-ATs by himself. That's like the perfect example of what movie you're about to get. One guy destroying a base, like a gigantic mini fleet somehow by himself. And there's like destruction everywhere, landslides, and also a little baby alien that's on his shoulder being cute. Like you get it, you know what you're getting exactly when you see that first sequence. When I saw him blow up the AT-ATs, I was like, okay, this is insane. This is insane. But I'm also kind of into this. Let me see what else this movie has. Grogu looks like very, very, very real. I love that they used a practical, I think it was like an animatronic that was like super engineered or super, you know, detailed, that made the movements Grogu's movements very like believable and real, and have him not fall over all the time. And I think that they did the same thing with the little engineers, and it looked really good. It looked so believable. They didn't just use like CGI that would look like trash, like they did with Yoda in like the prequels and Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3. They used the practical puppet or animatronic for Grogu, and it looked really, really good. It's just nice to see something that looks real, you know, and it just feels real too. That makes his dynamic with Mandalorian that more, you know, believable and more like personal. Because when you see a CGI, you know, monster, you just easily dissociate, you know, because it doesn't look real. It doesn't look real. It doesn't feel real. Also, I don't know if I'm kind of imagining things, but when Mandalorian fought those two giant robots in Jabba in the Hutt's like lair, they kind of looked like they were stop motion. I don't know if it was just the angle of the seat I was sitting in. I don't know. I was sitting like sort of off to the side. The way they moved, it felt like stop motion. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I must be hallucinating or something. They were very twitchy, but they're like robots that are very old. So like that movement makes sense. If it was stop motion, it looked pretty good. Yeah, I must be trolling or something. But yeah, pretty much Mandalorian is doing what he always does, being such a badass, and Grogu just being very cute and also very useful. The story isn't really deep. I was really I wasn't expecting something, but I was really hoping that they would like have Mandalorian make some sort of like choice or something with Grogu, like saying, hey, this line of work is really dangerous, I can't have this kid around. Or maybe he's saying like, I do want this kid around, but I gotta train this kid because there's a very high chance that I die. So Grogu has to be prepared, you know, for when I pass away, you know, or when my time comes. There's even a line in the lake by that fish guy who says, there comes a time where everyone has to say goodbye. And I was like, oh, that would have been cool to, you know, include in a story arc for Mandalorian, having to train Grogu and stuff, because, you know, he kind of has to. It's a very dangerous line of work and a very dangerous universe they live in. And I was disappointed that they didn't do that. They tried to have Grogu be, or take a step forward and trying to be the one who takes care of Mandalorian, but he didn't really struggle that much. Like he said, he like just ate bugs. He kind of used force healing to heal his wound to buy him more time, and he fed him like that mush that the fish guy gave him, and he just, you know, Mandalorian just healed. And also Grogu built a house. I didn't know he could build a house. Like he didn't struggle. There was that lack of struggle from Grogu. So I was hoping it would go one of two directions, and this movie didn't go in either of them. It just was a crowd pleaser movie. Mandalorian does badass stuff and is a badass. Grogu is cute and funny and does cute and funny stuff, and that's really all this movie is. It's not that deep, which is why I said like I don't think I would want to watch this movie again. However, upon first viewing, I thought it was pretty cool. And that's really all it's going to be. I thought to me, it's just a pretty decent movie that I don't think I'm going to watch again. Would I recommend it? For a fun time, I guess. Maybe if you're into Westerns or space stuff, you'll love the first half for sure. If you are just trying to go and watch with your family, which I don't know. There's some scary stuff in this movie. If you're taking like your 5-year-old to see this, and then they see the monster fight in the ring, and then there's like this demon monster with claws that have teeth in them, and he like clamps on people's heads. And there's actually tons of moments where monsters actually bite people's like Mandalorian's helmet right on the head, and it's like, whoa, that's kind of like freaky. And if you take your 5-year-old to go see this, it's like, they might they might get scared. So, you know, watch them kids. But yeah, I guess I would recommend this as a family movie. I don't know, if you're looking for just like a quick 2-hour movie that's fun and cute and also badass and has some cool sequences, then I guess give it a go. Otherwise, don't feel the absolute need to go see this movie. It's just a fun time and doesn't really need to be any more than that. It'll please the crowd, which is totally fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. Thanks for watching. Take care until next time, all right?